Excellent juggling fail. So there we were, just a regular Saturday afternoon, hanging out in the living room when my best friend, Dave, casually mentioned that he could juggle anything. Now, to give you some background, Dave's the kind of guy who once claimed he could teach a parrot to recite Shakespeare, but all it ever learned to say was to beak or not to beak. Needless to say, I was skeptical. But the way he said it, anything piqued my curiosity. So, I did what any good friend would do, I challenged him to juggle a dozen eggs. After all, how hard could it be? Dave grinned, and with the confidence of a man who had never juggled eggs in his life, he took the challenge. We moved into the kitchen, a space that had recently become my mom's pride and joy after a lengthy renovation. New tile, shiny countertops, the works. As I handed Dave the eggs, I made a mental note to stand back, knowing full well that this could end in disaster. But to my surprise, Dave started off strong. 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs, all soaring gracefully through the air. I was about to admit defeat when it hit me like a dozen eggs crashing to the floor. We were in my mom's precious kitchen. The realization struck just as Dave added a 4th egg. My heart skipped a beat, not from amazement, but from sheer panic. I could already hear my mom's voice in my head, a symphony of disbelief and disappointment. But Dave was in the zone, and against all odds, he was doing it. 5 eggs, 6 eggs, he was a juggling machine. I started to think maybe, just maybe, he could actually pull this off without incident. And that's when the universe decided to remind us both of the delicate nature of eggs and ambition. The 7th egg, in an act of rebellion, slipped through his fingers and plummeted toward the ground. Time seemed to slow as the egg met the pristine, freshly polished floor, shattering upon impact. The yolk spread across the tile like a crime scene, and Dave, in a desperate attempt to save the rest, fumbled, sending the remaining eggs into a chaotic dance of doom. My mom walked in just as the last egg landed, her eyes widening as she surveyed the carnage. Dave, ever the optimist, turned to her with a sheepish grin and said, "Well, at least it wasn't all it was cracked up to be." I think I saw the hint of a smile before she banished us both to clean up duty, proving once again that Dave's juggling career was officially over easy.